And he beat guys like Demetrius Andre, the Olympian, who's undefeated as a pro. Also Danny Garcia, the undefeated prospect from Philly. Also Ray Robinson, who was an undefeated prospect and a southpaw from Philly. So Solomon has already shown he can beat good fighters, and he's showing it tonight.
Brad Solomon in control in this one, trying to improve to 12-0. Just outside of Atlanta. Brad Solomon, they call him Busy Bee. Asked about the nickname, he said, "I just don't stop." And he hasn't here tonight as he takes on Kenny Galarza. Back here in Miami, Friday night fights, boxing from Yankee Stadium tomorrow night. Teddy Atlas for the first time since 1976, and there are some of the great fights.
And they were great, and look at those numbers, look at those crowds. It almost like makes the numbers projected for tomorrow night look small in dimension. Benny Leonard, some people thought the greatest lightweight of all time. Joe Louis, of course, the great Joe Louis. 88,000 people. Joe Louis, Max Schmeling, the whole world was watching. Nazi Germany and Hitler was in the backdrop. Those are tremendous, historic fights that have been in the house that Ruth built. Now the house that Jeter built will be open tomorrow night with Cotto and Foreman.
Yeah, the house of the defending world champs. And that fight for the WBA junior middleweight belt. Our fight here tonight, our co-feature right here, pair of welterweights undefeated. Brad Solomon wearing the black trunks, Kenny Galarza in the white trunks with the black trim.
I'm going to say the words that a trainer dreads to have to say in the corner. Galarza needs a knockout to win. But again, it's not enough to just have the power. You have to have the means to get it to the target. And his mind is not clear. It has not been clear tonight. He's not thinking right. He's got to come up with a trick now. Either catch Solomon jumping in, or maybe bend. I could see a moment where Galarza could bend with the right hand to the body, and then do it again. And guess what? Don't throw it to the body. Throw it upstairs. A misdirection play. If you were a football team and you were way behind, well, you can't run a conventional play. You don't have enough time left. You run an end around, a double reverse, a misdirection.
So to some extent, got to take a risk even.
And your intellect has to be part of that risk.
Good left there from Brad Solomon, who has really been in control of this fight from the start, Teddy.
Again, this business is a sweet science when it's done right. It's not just about muscle and brawn. It's about intellect, about skills. And you see those skills and that intellect right there. But Solomon has to be careful. He doesn't get a little fat and wide there.
I can feel you tense in terms of Solomon wanting him to stay away.
There's still a moment for the lights to be turned out.
Here in Miami, under 30 seconds to go in round 9 of a scheduled 10-round fight. This is the first scheduled 10-round fight for Brad Solomon, and it really appears to be no problem for him. Pro for a little over 2 years. Kenny Galarza, a 3-year pro. We'll come back with our final round from the Fuchs Pavilion at Miami-Dade Expo.
Watch this, very interesting. Watch this short jab of Galarza, almost like he doesn't want to land. He's a little frustrated, a little tentative, and look how brilliantly Solomon was able to control range. He could feel where Galarza was just out of range, and then he just put his glove out and steered him a little bit. That, my friend, is called being calm and relaxed in your office.
Final round of this welterweight bout, and you've got it all Solomon.
Could be maybe 1 or 2 rounds for the other man, but honestly, I can't see anything more than that, that would be generous. We've been watching Greg Maddux. You're a baseball man. I mean, you remember the great pitcher, Greg Maddux? That's what I think we're watching.
Yeah, he was a surgeon for sure.
That's what we're watching in Solomon. You know, he changed his speed. You know, he's not Bob Gibson. You know, he's not gonna blow it past you at 100 miles an hour, but he's gonna hit corners. He's gonna keep you off balance. He's gonna get you swinging for the fences, and you're gonna hit air.
Change speeds, change eye level, keep you off balance. Teddy, if Brad Solomon wins this fight, how much does his profile improve in the welterweight division?
His phone's going to be ringing. You know, I know those people over at HBO and Showtime and all those places. And yeah, I know you guys are watching. You always watch our shows. You're always looking for the pickings. You're always looking who you're going to bring on to your show next. And I think you just found one. Anyone gets in the ring with Solomon, they better understand what they're getting in there with. There's depth to this guy.
Yeah, that seems to be the key word. He's demonstrated understanding here tonight.
Exactly, John.
Right from Solomon that catches Galarza there.
You know, you brought up a good point early, John. You said, well, it bothers Solomon. He's never been past 8. Well, the answer is, it could have bothered him. It's not bothering him. The rounds are skating by. They're flying by because he's in control. He's not thinking about being in the 10th round for the first time in his career right now. He's just thinking about having fun.
Solomon's been dancing all night, has been able to stay away from that powerful right of Kenny Galarza. Come up 10 seconds to go in this fight. And for the first time in his career, it appears Kenny Galarza will not record a knockout. So here at Fuchs Pavilion, Miami-Dade Expo, Galarza and Solomon in the books. We'll come back for the decision right after this.
Let's take a look at the action tonight, and it comes from one side, from Solomon's side. A little movement, a little punching, in and out, and a lot of combinations. And I think a nice win.
Take a look at our CompuBox stats. And Brad Solomon getting the better of it in total, and it seemed to be the more effective individual punches. And now take a look at Teddy's scorecard, an overwhelming win for Brad Solomon in Teddy's book. And time now to go up to our ring announcer Bob Alexander with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Fuchs Pavilion at Miami-Dade Expo, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. Judge Emil Conforti scores about 99-90. Judges Tom Nardoni and Don Trombley both scored about 189 for the winner by unanimous decision, Brad Busy B. Solomon.
So Brad Solomon now 12-0. Busy B did not stop tonight. An impressive fight as he stops Kenny Galarza, the unanimous decision. When we come back, we'll get a look at an outstanding young fighter in the junior middleweight class, Udell Johnson. That's coming up, our main event. But first, we send it to Brian Kenny.
Boog, thank you so much. Brian Kenny here at the Tecate Friday Night Fight Studios. As we look forward to tomorrow night once again, there have been great boxing champions that have been Jewish before, but not in quite a while. Benny Leonard leads the impressive group, one of the all-time great lightweight champions of the world, but he reigned in the 1920s. Yuri Foreman, who fights Miguel Cotto tomorrow night at Yankee Stadium, does a lot more than just wear the Star of David on his trunks. Here's Jeremy Schaap in a report done for E60.